Welcome to Final Whiz, bringing you the latest Manchester United news, match reactions, music, and transfer updates. Subscribe for daily content, trusted analysis, and everything you need to stay connected to the club. Let's dive. Ruben Amorim's comments about Manchester United's squad needs are now proving significant for Michael Carrick. Amorim made the remarks roughly 12 months ago while he was still Manchester United manager, before he departed for AC Milan. He said, "We always prepare two plans, with and without the Champions League. Without the Champions League, we also don't need a big squad. We can control the squad in a better way. Then we have a plan that is to bring in some new players. But our big plan is to improve the team. We have to improve the academy. It was the past, so it can be the future. It can't change much because of financial fair play. We are not allowed to do much even with the Champions League. So we are prepared." In 2026, Carrick replaced the sacked Amorim and guided Manchester United to a third-place finish in the Premier League, which returned European football to Old Trafford. As a result, Carrick must now build a squad capable of competing across four competitions: the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, and Carabao Cup. Manchester United suffered early exits from both domestic cup competitions last season. The club has already signed Andre Santos, Yuri Tielemans, Tyler Thompson, and Kyle Darlow this summer. Kobbie Mainoo, Rafael Leao, Alex Scott, and Lewis Hall have been linked as potential incoming targets. Marcus Rashford, Joshua Zirkzee, and Radek Vitek have attracted interest from other clubs as possible departures. If you're following every twist in Manchester United's transfer business this summer, Final Whiz is the channel for you. Please hit subscribe, tap the like button, and drop a comment below telling us which of these transfer stories interests you the most. Manchester United's preseason has drawn attention to two players in particular, Bryan Mbeumo and Benjamin Šeško. United's preseason began with a 1-0 defeat to HJK Helsinki last Saturday. Mbeumo started in that match, while Šeško is still recovering from a shin injury suffered in May. Photos from United's preseason camp showed Mbeumo training in a vest, appearing leaner than in previous seasons, with his chest looking slightly smaller than before. This has led to suggestions that his training has shifted towards stamina and speed rather than muscle mass. Mbeumo is 26 years old. TNT Sports shared a comparison of Šeško's frame on arrival at Old Trafford last year against his physique this summer, showing his upper body has grown considerably larger. Šeško joined Manchester United from RB Leipzig for a fee reported at £66 million, rising to £74 million with add-ons. He is 6 feet 5 inches tall and is 23 years old. He is entering his second season at Old Trafford after his first campaign, during which he operated as a target man and hold-up player for the team. Eric Cantona has revealed that Sir Alex Ferguson was close to letting him leave Manchester United, before Ferguson's late wife, Kathy, intervened. Cantona spent 5 years at Old Trafford, winning 4 Premier League titles and 2 FA Cups. Speaking at the premiere of his documentary at the Cannes Film Festival, Cantona said, "This is the story of my life, of a man who was in search of himself and another who helps him find himself. It was almost a challenge that Alex Ferguson took on. At one time he wanted to let me go, but his wife convinced him to continue with me." Cantona's most notable disciplinary incident occurred in January 1995 during an away match against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. He was sent off for a foul on Richard Shaw, and while being escorted off the pitch, he jumped over the advertising hoarding and kicked a Crystal Palace supporter who had directed abuse at him from the stands. Following the incident, Cantona was stripped of the French national team captaincy, fined £20,000, ordered to complete 120 hours of community service, and banned from football for 8 months by the FA. Guy Roux, who coached Cantona during his teenage years at Auxerre, advised Ferguson on handling him. Cantona explained, "Guy Roux advised, you have to love him, and if you give him this love, he will give you his life in return. When I arrived in England, there were no Frenchmen and very few foreigners. People looked at me with a bit of contempt. My relationship with Alex Ferguson might have been a film script. It could have been a story of love." Real Madrid are reportedly willing to sell Aurélien Tchouaméni to Manchester United this summer, despite new Los Blancos manager Jose Mourinho's desire to retain the midfielder, according to The Sun. Tchouaméni has been at the Bernabeu for 4 years, helping Real Madrid win a Champions League title and a La Liga title. Following a dispute with teammate Federico Valverde last season, the 26-year-old has reportedly lost his status as an undroppable player at the club. Real Madrid are considering selling him to help fund a move for Manchester City's Rodri. A fee of around £68 million is being discussed for Tchouaméni, which is close to the fee Real Madrid paid Monaco for him in 2022. Manchester United have already signed Yuri Tielemans for £35 million and Andre Santos for £50 million this summer as part of a midfield rebuild following Casemiro's departure and a serious injury to Manuel Ugarte. Reports indicate that until recently, Tchouaméni was considered not for sale, but this stance has reportedly changed as Real Madrid look to raise funds for a Rodri deal. Rodri is 30 years old, recently won the World Cup with Spain, and is valued at around £85 million, with 12 months left on his Manchester City contract. Real Madrid originally signed Tchouaméni to replace Casemiro, who left for Manchester United in that same transfer window, meaning a move to Old Trafford would complete a full-circle transfer path for the midfielder. Manchester United could also consider Tyler Adams of Bournemouth if a deal for his teammate Alex Scott does not proceed. Bournemouth are said to value Scott at around £70 million, a fee Manchester United have been unwilling to match. According to the Daily Mail, Adams is available for around £35 million. Adams is 27 years old and has 2 years left on his contract. He was previously linked with a move to Manchester United in January, before suffering a knee injury during Bournemouth's 4-4 draw at Old Trafford in December, which kept him out for 2 months. Brighton and Hove Albion midfielder Carlos Baleba has made contact with Manchester United to determine their interest in signing him this summer, according to transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United attempted to sign the Cameroonian last summer, but Brighton refused to sell him. Baleba lost his place in Fabian Hürzeler's starting lineup after a run of inconsistent performances last season. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Romano stated that Baleba pushed hard to join Manchester United last summer, but Brighton retained him. Following Ruben Amorim's departure, Manchester United's interest reportedly cooled, though the club has continued to prioritise midfield reinforcements this summer. Baleba is valued at around £47 million by Transfermarkt and has 2 years remaining on his contract. Brighton have a track record of demanding high fees for key players before allowing departures. Baleba is a left-footed defensive midfielder known for his pace, physical strength, aerial ability, and capacity to make forward runs from deep positions, along with long-range passing. Manchester United defeated Rosenborg 5-0 in a pre-season match, with a senior lineup starting before younger players were introduced. Mason Mount joined Manchester United from Chelsea for £60 million and is now in his 3rd year at Old Trafford. He has started 25 Premier League games this season. Manchester United have turned down inquiries for Mount this summer. The club has spent £85 million on midfielders so far this summer through the signings of André Santos and Youri Tielemans, and remains in the market for a third midfield addition, with Tchouaméni described as the primary target. Mount started in place of Casemiro twice toward the end of last season, in matches against Sunderland and Brighton. During the 5-0 win over Rosenborg, Mount made a defensive interception in front of his own box early in the match, redirecting the ball into a counter-attack. Later in the half, he positioned himself inside his own area to intercept a low cross as Rosenborg attempted to respond. Mount partnered with £50 million signing André Santos in midfield for the second consecutive match. During the contest, Santos used a short pass to set up Patrick Dorgu for a shot that struck the post, following a quick free kick taken by Mount that found Dorgu with a crossfield pass. Which midfielder would you rather see at Manchester United, Tchouaméni or Carlos Baleba? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to subscribe to Final Whiz, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Manchester United transfer news. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.